Hey, elite entrepreneurs and empire builders, welcome to Fran Opps Live. I'm your host, Jared Nassif, and this is the show where we connect you with vetted and qualified franchise brands and the faces behind those brands. And that's what we're doing today. So, our hope is to help you be able to franchise your future with confidence and clarity. Today's conversation is one I think a lot of people are going to resonate with. Okay, today we're joined by Laura Hernandez and Jennifer Sinconis. I apologize if I butchered that. You ladies can correct me in a second, but partners of Turquoise Wine Bar. And we're diving into a topic that every entrepreneur wants, but very few actually attain. Everybody wants to become a top performer. They want to be successful at whatever it is that they're trying to. Everyone desires that. They have some kind of picture and dream and ambition toward that. But very few seem to actually make it to this stature of being qualified or considered as a top performer. And today, that's what we're talking about. Because I think it's easy, especially with Jennifer and Laura's story. You're going to hear some pretty incredible things today about, yes, their franchise, their brand, but you're going to hear some incredible things about their story, because I think it's easy to look at something and someone from the outside, especially a brand that is as incredible and as fun and as joy filled as this brand. It's easy to look at it and to see success, but what you don't always see are the habits and the disciplines and the tough decisions and the mindset required to build something like they have built and to be able to consistently operate at a high level. So, whether you're already in business, exploring ownership, or maybe you're just trying to figure out what the next level could look like for you, this conversation will give you some very real perspective. Drop your questions in the chat as we go along. Whether you're watching this live or even down the road from now, drop your questions in the comments in the chat, and we'll get those answered. We'll get those. If you're live with us right now, you can get those answered to the founders themselves. But I'm excited to get this started. So let's dive in. This, without further ado, welcome. This is Fran Opps Live.
Hi, welcome to Turquoise. I'm Jen. And I'm Laura, and we're actually the founders of Turquoise Wine Bar. And we're super excited that you guys are considering joining the Turquoise family as a wine bar owner. We would love to give you a sneak peek behind the business today. Turquoise is a wine bar and a bottle shop. We feature sustainably grown boutique wines from around the world. Our wines are estate grown, family produced, a lot of organic options. These are a great alternative to your big box stores and your generic grocery store finds. At Turquoise, we're not a restaurant. We're actually a bistro. We're focused on fresh and simple made recipes that partner so well with all of our wine. Here we've got the flatbreads, we've got bruschetta, we've got a charcuterie board. We have so much more on the menu, and it all is made to complement our assortment of wine. We offer a rotating menu of monthly wines with different wines by the glass and different tasting flights. This keeps our customers engaged and coming back frequently to try something new. So we created Turquoise Wine Bar. We opened our first location in 2022. And, people ask us all the time, what did that look like? What was the ramp up? We were so crazy busy from day one. It was so much more than we expected, in terms of both, just volume of people coming through the doors, but really the reception we were getting was so above and beyond anything we could have expected. People just loved it. They were looking for that. They were so thirsty, no pun intended, for that type of community connection and something to do that's more of an experience. So it is definitely different. We like to say we're not a restaurant and we're not a bar. We are very, very unique and different. So we'll kind of walk through some of that to give you guys a little more detail of what we are. But that was the story. Two people, next door neighbors, everybody fed up with corporate
Yeah.
life and
Mhm.
decided to take our futures into our own hands and
Yeah,
make
yeah,
something
and
great.
something you enjoy too, you
Mhm.
turn it into a business. And I love what you just said too, that, like, as you got this started, you were crazy busy. I think, many people, they have these thoughts of business ownership, and they have these concepts like, "I could start a business doing this." And it's something I'm passionate about, so it'd be easier to get up out of bed every day and, like, get to work, but that's one of the things I said up front is, like, people don't see quite literally the amount of work that goes into building something of value, of substance. So, I mean,
Mhm.
I love that. When you tell me this, ladies, when you hear top performer, okay, what does that mean? How would you either define that or kind of qualify that? What comes to mind for you when you hear the term top performer?
So I think with that, I mean, my corporate background was, regional manager type thing,
Mhm.
operations, right? So you think
Okay.
KPIs, you think you've got the top sales, you've got the top
Yeah.
average ticket, you've got
Yep.
all that. But I think that's like the foundation
Yep.
for a top performer. You've got to have good numbers. You got to
Mhm.
be profitable. You've got to have traffic. You've got to do all that. But I think at the end of the day, you've got to be the right fit. And with us,
Okay.
that's being the community leader. That's
Mhm.
being the mayor of the community. That's having that
Mm.
personality that you can really drive connections and relationships with your
Yep.
customers because really you're getting to know them. And we talk about we're just as much about community as we are wine. You've got to know them, their name, their story. They know you, your kid's name, and your story. And you're building that connection because we do so much more than just serve wine and have food. We do events, we do fun stuff, we do
Mm.
travel. Like they're always coming in for that community connection.
Yeah.
But I think that's really what it's got to be. With us specifically, you've got to have a love for wine. You don't have to be a wine connoisseur in terms of knowledge, but we'll
Yeah.
give you knowledge. We'll teach you on that. So you've got to be open. You've got to love people. And you've got to have that, and that will result in the numbers and the
Mm.
profitability, which everyone ultimately is
Yeah.
what they're looking for.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's gotta be a way to at least quantify, on a base
Yeah.
level, quantify a top performer from someone who is not, right?
Hmm.
From not necessarily they're struggling, but maybe they're average performer, whatever it could be. And, then it comes down to then there's a number of elements too, right? You gotta have the right fit, gotta make
Yep.
sure for even, like, you can be a top performer with one brand and a terrible performer with another one. Many franchisees have that story as
Yep.
well, and so the fit is a big part of it. From your guys' journey, looking back on it, what do you think really separated you 2 from others who haven't had the same level of success as you have experienced?
Well, I think what really has separated us is that we are very business minded. Um, and we've seen a lot of wine bars come and go. And I think
Mhm.
the biggest mistake is some people open a wine bar thinking it's all about the wine.
Mhm.
And yes, the wine is so important. And we have I am a total wino.
Yeah.
I'm a certified sommelier. I've got my education in wine. So
Really?
I come from wine
Good.
country. I know my wine, but that is just an accessory to the business.
Sure.
You have to be focused on business first and foremost to be successful. And I think
Yeah.
that really separates us. Everything we do is how do we drive profitability?
Mm.
How do we make this set up so people can have different revenue streams? It is not just a wine bar, it's a wine bar, it's a bottle shop. It
Yeah.
is very event focused, tasting events, pairing
Yep.
events. How are you bringing people in and increasing your sales? We
Yeah.
have a wine club, a monthly wine club that is recurring revenue
Hmm.
every month. Building your wine club is the most important thing you can do. And then one of the coolest things we have is wine is all about experience and connection. It doesn't just happen in the shop. So we
Hmm.
not only have partnered with winemakers all around the world to give our franchisees and our wine club members
Yeah.
access to our winery partners with discounts all over the world, but we also travel with our wine club.
Okay.
And our franchisees will travel with their wine club.
Really?
So
Yeah.
we have taken our customers. We've gone through the Rhone Valley in France. We've been to Tuscany for a week. We literally just got back from a week on the Rhine River. So Switzerland, France, Germany, and
Wow.
Amsterdam. We had 36 people with us. We're
Oh my
headed to
goodness.
Bordeaux next year, and we have 46 people that have already signed up just from our one little corporate store. So this is a huge thing. Our franchisees will get to sell the wine travel to their customers. And when you get customers to travel with you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is the ultimate in loyalty. The people that
Yeah.
travel with you are gonna stay with you.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna stay in your club. They're gonna tell their
Mm.
friends. They're gonna buy all their wine from you.
Oh, yeah.
So it really comes down to we're creating something more than just a place you go once a month to have a bite to eat and a glass of wine. It's
Yep.
truly a community. It's really has become a family.
Yeah.
And that makes us different from any other wine bar that exists today.
Yeah, 100%. And so you guys went into this, launched this. Yes, fun, passionate. You created community for you guys. Let's turn it into a business, right? But you started this business thinking, okay, we need multiple verticals. How are
Mhm.
we going to generate
Mhm.
revenue in a number of different ways? It's not
Yep.
just the wine sales, but you have all these different elements now that people can generate revenue
Right.
from.
And that's
Yeah.
really good because if one's down, we say, what lever can we pull? Right. We're in
Yeah.
Arizona in the heat of the summer. A lot of people leave, right? The
Yep.
traffic may not be there, but then you start doing events, then you start
Mhm.
doing community things, you do special things to drive people in. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's always if you got we have 5 different, revenue streams and those are
Yeah.
just added
Yeah.
revenue coming in, but it's also certain levers you can pull and rely more on in certain times.
Yeah. So these are so the wine itself, if I heard you say this correctly, it comes from a number of different providers. It's not
Mhm.
just or vineyards. It's not like
Yeah.
just it's not Turquoise is
No,
the
no.
one making all these, right?
No, we are not winemakers.
Right.
What
Yeah.
we do is we partner with winemakers all over the world. So every wine that we sell is going to be a small lot boutique wine. So nothing mass produced, nothing you're going to find in your big box stores. All the wines we sell is sustainably farmed. Most of them are organic or using organic processes, family owned estates, a lot of female winemakers. We really look for people who are doing something great in the industry.
Yeah.
I come from a line of farmers. Wine is just about farming. It's literally
Mm.
just people
Yeah.
who are farming. These are
Right.
salt of the earth people. There's nothing pretentious
Yeah.
about it. But that's what customers are looking for right now. They're looking for the story behind it.
Mm.
They want to know
Mm.
where it came from,
Right.
Yeah.
especially the younger generations. They really want to know that what they're spending their money on and what they're putting in their body is good. Good for
Mhm.
them, good for the earth, good for the world. So that is where we
Yeah.
focus and we are carrying things that are different than the other restaurants and other wine bars.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's and I like that in the analogy of the farming comes to mind for growing this kind of business too is you've mentioned a few times now how key relationship is. And that seems to be just an element of a top performer is the ability to kind of farm relationships that lead to a successful business. You bring them
Mhm.
on these trips, think of the memories and the moments made that is
Mhm.
a relationship that's a bond that cannot be sold anywhere else. And
Yeah.
so I love that. What habits or disciplines have been kind of non-negotiable for top performers? Whether or the kind of things you're looking for, I guess, for a top
Right.
performer. Because right now, talk a little bit about where the system is
Mhm.
in its growth trajectory, and because you've brought on some franchisees, so talk then about what kind of habits and disciplines you're looking for in these franchisees to become top performers.
I think that's one thing we are really specific on is who we bring in, right? We've got to find the right fit. But it's really about having that connection with people. You have to love people. You have to love wine. You don't have to be a wine expert in any way, shape, or form. When we started this, I was not a wine expert in any way. My husband is now the sommelier who works with Jen. We didn't really do wine in a full
Yeah,
time thing. It wasn't, Jen grew up in wine country. We didn't. So
yeah,
we're in Arizona. There's not a lot of great wine here. So it was that type of thing. But
yeah.
really, if you're willing to learn, and we have some
Mhm.
training that we provide. We require them to get some online training from some of the wine academies that are out there. So really having that personality, I can
Mm,
teach you to do different things, but I can't teach personality. So
mm,
how do we get someone who really is outgoing and engaging and loves customers? And you don't have to be loud. You can be quiet, like all different personalities fit. You just have to be, I think, truly genuine and really love your customers. We say that you'll go to work every day and you'll see customers and friends that you know, and then there's also
yep,
friends you don't haven't met yet, right?
yeah,
But at the end of the
mhm,
day, everybody leaves as a friend. We use
mhm,
the old thing, you come as strangers and leave as friends. So it really is that type of community. So we're looking for
yeah,
someone who has that kind of personality as well. And then I think the other thing is you've got to be open and ready to own a business.
mm,
There's the
yeah,
caretaker versus the owner mentality. We don't want someone who's just going to come in and open the building and leave. We want someone who's truly going to own the business. And that's why we went into franchising because we
yeah,
could have opened 25 locations and hired 25 managers to run them. but they don't own the business, right? They
Yeah.
just
Right.
don't have, there is a difference when you have skin in the game and you're owning it, you
Yeah.
care about it. We need people
Mhm.
who are going to throw away their 9 to 5 W-2 mentality and really dig in. This isn't about working 5 days a week and having 2 days off. This
Right.
is about owning the business. That might be 2 days a week. That might be 7 days a week in certain times. You have to have that ability to get in, pivot. We joke a lot about when we first started, if something didn't work, whoop, we were changing it. I mean, my husband would, like his head would spin because we moved too fast. So
Yeah.
it would be that type of thing where, okay, that didn't work. Let's change it. We'll do it again tomorrow. And we're going to do it this way. We're
Yeah.
going to do, we have a very receptive like Facebook and Instagram community. If we put something out there, $4 wine, come and get a happy hour, they're there. So
Mhm.
we really learn that and tweak that. But as a business owner, your habits have to be what's best for your business. And you can't be afraid of making a wrong decision and doing it different the next time. You can't be afraid of giving away the farm for an event or charging too
Mm.
much. Like you just have to do it. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't work, you make changes. I mean, the good thing is our system is pretty set up. We'll tell
Okay.
you what's going to work. We help you with the events. We help you with pricing, all that kind of stuff. But I
Mhm.
think the biggest thing is someone who's not afraid of change and someone who likes to pivot and make things happen because you own your business and it's only as good as you are running it.
Yeah, and I think, that's so well said, and I think that relates, maybe speaking to this too, I think that applies maybe even more so to the current state of where Turquoise Wine Bar is, right?
Mhm.
Like, you're an emerging brand that's signed several franchisees, working toward building those out and helping them launch, right? So,
Yeah.
right now, we're looking for people that have that mindset of wanting and ready to own their own business to the nth degree, right?
Right.
Because and the what you said multiple times about be okay and adaptable for change, because that's going
Yeah.
to happen, especially in the early stages of a franchise system. And so yeah, that's key there, I would say.
Yeah, and so to answer your question originally, we do have 10 locations that are sold.
Okay.
We have 1 location open in our corporate location. So there's 2 Turquoise right now, but this summer we're going to open 7 locations. So
Wow.
between July and August, they're all in construction. They're all getting ready to go. We've got 1 nationwide construction team that comes in and takes
Oh, great.
them and walks them through everything. So
Yeah.
we're building out in Arizona and Texas right now. We've got 2 in the Houston area and 1 in Austin, Texas that are under construction, getting ready to go. So it's exciting.
So exciting for them, so excited for the community.
Yeah.
Man, multiple reasons. So for all these franchisees that are currently in development and getting ready
Mhm.
to build their business, are you seeing any current trends at all among your franchisees regarding how they're building their franchise? And like within this first year, are you seeing like, oh man, they're going to do great because they're doing this, and these people might struggle because they're not stepping into this. Anything like that comes to mind?
We
Social media.
social media is probably one of the big things. It's
Yeah.
your ability to
Yeah.
market. And we do tell people as we go through training, we've got a really rigorous training program set up.
Okay.
And we do have social media and marketing. We've got several different sessions that we go through. I
Yeah.
do think the ability to become the chief marketer of your business is critical. You've
Mhm.
got to be able to market the business. So that is where we really do a lot of intensive training on
Yeah.
how do you do that? What are the free avenues you have available to you? And where does it make sense to spend some money? Who are you reaching out to? Who do you live? Like, what is your demographic?
Mhm.
Who are you reaching out to? And what's the best way to reach that demographic? Because it does change based on where you're at and who you're trying to target
Okay.
and really utilizing those tools. So
Mm.
that is where we think some people have a little leg up on that. They come in already, knowing how to use social media and some of
Yeah.
these other
Right.
tools. And they have kind of a leg up on that. And some people we need to do a lot more training to get them there.
Okay.
But we have a Canva business account. We've got templates set
Okay.
up for everything.
Yeah.
We will take you through from start to finish how to build it, how to post it, what are best practices, how to collaborate on posts, how
Mhm.
to set up events. So there are all sorts of things that come in. So it really comes down to being willing and eager to learn and
Yeah.
execute those tools that you have available for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We often say that we have everything inside set up. You just have to drive them in.
Yeah.
As an owner, you've got to help drive traffic, people to know you. They'll want to come in, they'll want to take their picture with you. You're the owner. They love that, right? It's that whole camaraderie that you're building.
Yeah.
The model inside works and it sells itself. You just have to help us get people into your market. And that's where we kind of go back to being the mayor of the town. Like you need to
Hmm.
be that person. There's a lot of fun wine events you'll go to as a franchisee. You'll be
Yeah.
out tasting wine with other people. Like it's a really small community. You had talked earlier about the partnership too, and that goes back to like the distributors that we work with. So
Hmm.
Jen and Dan have done a great job on getting the distributor partnerships too. So it's
Yeah.
really tight community, but once you get them in the door, it sells itself. So we
Yeah.
really do. Jen spent a lot of years in marketing and branding. That's kind of her corporate background. So that's
Okay.
been able for us to lean on that and be able to help people, whether it's paid or whether it's free. Let's get it out there. And then we do our corporate part as well.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys have built the car
Yeah.
for someone, but they have to be the ones to drive it, right? And
Yeah.
you got to
Yes.
provide all the support around that
Yeah.
car as well, everything they need for it for a long life. But they still, at the end of the day, are the driver of the car.
Yeah.
Well, and that I think is what franchising is supposed to be. Is the Turquoise Wine Bar could very well, for those of you listening right now, could very well be the vehicle that takes you to where you want to go. But at the end of the day, you're the one in the driver's seat. So do you
Yeah.
feel like can you share? Do you have any things that come to mind? Any moments where things maybe haven't gone well for some of these franchisees and or even for you guys in the early stages of building this business. And what'd you do or what did you do as a top performer to kind of help course correct?
Well, I think because we are a new franchisor, we've
Mhm.
got a lot of people that are in those beginning stages. And I think for us, the biggest hurdle is there's a lot of pressure as a new franchise to go fast, get stores open,
Yeah.
sell, 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 open,
Right.
open,
Right. Right.
open.
Yeah.
And we're really taking a different approach on that. So for us, the biggest kind of hard decisions that we've had to make and some course correction is how do we find the right franchisees? We define the people that are the right fit for
Yep.
our brand that
Yep.
can do this and be successful. We don't want to just sell. We want to
Mhm.
bring people into a partnership, into our franchise community that are going to be successful. And that means they have to be the right person. So, the very first franchise opportunity we had, we were so close to closing the deal and we said, no, you're not the right fit.
Yeah.
So we
That's
literally
tough.
have turned away as many people
Yeah.
as we have let in, and
Yeah.
that shouldn't scare anybody away. It should make them
Right.
feel really good that we're not gonna let
100%.
somebody come in if we don't think they can really be
Mm.
successful. Our goal is to bring in and develop this community of franchisees. You are in business for yourself as a franchise owner, but you're not in business by yourself, and that's why you go into a franchise. And
Yeah.
so we wanna bring in a team of people that can not only use us to support them, but use each other and
Mm.
have that great mentality of I am a true business owner. I'm going to drive this, but I'm also a team player and I'm going to help make everybody successful. We're all in it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
The better we all do, it's only going to benefit everybody
Yep.
individually as well. So
Yeah.
we're really careful on how we interview people, how we teach them the behind the scenes, make sure it's the right fit for them,
Mm.
and really just bring in the people that are the right fit and that are really going to grow this brand
Yeah.
slow and steady in the
Yep.
right direction.
Yeah.
And that has been a great thing, but also probably our biggest challenge so far.
Yeah, a rising tide raises all ships, right? And that's the idea with franchising and it's so good. And those watching right now, if you're feeling like, man, this could very well be a good fit, then we need to have that conversation. That's where we'll start. And you need to know that Jen and Laura are highly protective as top performers themselves, highly protective of the culture they are creating because they want to do this the right way, not just for themselves but also for you as a hopeful top performer. They're not going to bring you on if they don't think that this could be successful, or you could be successful at it too, which I deeply love. And so that's man, I'm just honored to be able to learn from you guys and to even talk this way because there's so much in franchising that is manipulative. And
Yeah. And,
most
that,
people would go, "You know what? That's not how it works, Laura and Jen. It's all about
no.
bring as many as you can on, and the successful ones will stick around. The other ones you can resale and blah, blah, blah," and there's a lot of that.
And that's interesting because, we had a call the other day with a prospective franchisee, and we actually did share that, we don't know anything about franchising, right? Like we haven't been to franchising for 30
Right.
years. We've gone through, I'm getting my CFE, we're learning, we're doing
Yep.
everything we need to do, but we're
Mhm.
here to find the right partners. And
Yeah.
we know enough about business, and we obviously know enough about our business to find
Yeah.
a way to grow it. And that there is a lot of craziness out there. And
Mhm.
that's stuff that we don't play in that sandbox. We don't even
Yeah.
know that sandbox. And
Yeah.
we've done a little bit in the industry, and that's just not who we are.
Mhm. Yeah. I love that. And so for someone maybe exploring business ownership for the first time,
Mhm.
what should they be focusing on early to set themselves up to become a top performer?
I think it goes back to being authentic. You've got to be great at business, focus on business. How do you do it? But you get there by being authentic. Ask for help if you need
Mm.
help. If
Mhm.
you don't feel like you're doing the best you can do for your business, come use your franchise partners, use us,
Yeah.
ask for help, be vulnerable. And with your customers, be authentic. They're really just looking for a place to go and connect and build a community. And it's all about that authentic connection with the people who are there. So it really is, there's a lot of vulnerability that goes into it. It's scary becoming a business owner. It's a huge leap of faith. You
Yep.
have to trust your franchisors. You have to trust the other franchisees. You have to trust that we're all in it to make it the best we can for everybody. And that can be hard. So I think that is the thing is be vulnerable, ask for help. And if there are better ways to do things, communicate that.
Yeah.
We are
Right.
You're open.
Come
always,
on.
always open on
Wow.
how ideas and opportunities to do things better. There is nothing that we are so
Yeah.
prideful about that we won't change. Don't
Wow.
suggest bad wine. That's the only thing. That's
Or
the only non-negotiable.
crazy brand ideas.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
stick pretty strong
Yeah.
to the brand. I think the other
Yeah.
thing I would recommend to somebody is whatever franchise you're getting into, that's the franchise you're getting into.
Mhm.
We oftentimes talk with people and they're looking at Turquoise Wine Bar, but then they want to have cocktails or they want to have a coffee house or they'd like to
Mm.
have,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, you have to be comfortable
Yeah.
enough. And what we often tell people in our conversations and our interviews is you have to know that this model is needed in your community.
Mhm.
And if this model will succeed in your community because you have nothing like it, your people are looking for connection, they're looking for a community, then you have to know it's the right place for you and your guest, and then we will kill it. But that's the whole piece of it, right? It's not a coffee
Right.
house. It's not
Right.
it is a wine bar and bottle shop. And that's what we do is
Yeah.
community and connection.
You
And
do it
that's really
well.
the biggest thing is
Yeah.
know who you're getting into business with because you can't change the model.
Right.
And that's what we do find a lot. Well, I want to do this, or I want to paint the wall yellow. Well, what if I don't want to do it? That doesn't work that way. We
Yeah.
are
Right.
strict sticklers on our brand, and we will keep our brand consistent. We say it's like a Starbucks. You're at a Starbucks, so they don't all look alike.
Mhm.
And that's what we want you to
Yep.
know. You're in a Turquoise wine bar, even though it may not be identical to the one down the road. It'll
Yeah.
be similar enough. And so we're really strict on the brand, but just know what you're getting into
Good.
and know that it's going to work in your community.
Yeah, right. McDonald's isn't selling tacos, right?
Right.
They're
Right.
not
Right.
painting their walls
Yeah.
green. Like
And
there's a yeah,
you can't have one McDonald's that does sell tacos, right? And one that
right,
doesn't, right? It
right.
is a
Mhm.
franchise. And that
Yep.
is, there's a reason people buy franchise and don't do it on
Mhm.
their own.
Yep. Yep. It's being laser focused on the things that lead to the success for the brand.
Yeah,
And not
exactly.
not wavering from it. And so
It,
I love that.
it's
That's good.
totally true. And because we've pulled those details together, they are well organized. It
Mhm.
lets our franchisees take that time to focus on the business,
Yeah.
focus on the customers. Don't spend your time focusing on what print shop's going to give me the best deals. We've got that figured out.
Yeah.
Like you focus where you will actually drive customer loyalty and at the end of the day, revenue.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. Ladies, I want to be respectful of your time and our audience's time as well. I cannot thank you enough for being a part of this, sharing this, and friends, if you're watching this right now or even later, it doesn't matter. And you're interested in at least learning more, seeing if territory is still available, and interested in being a part of maybe this brand and being a pioneer with them and helping them grow. And, all you have to do right now, very simple, just type "wine not" in the comments. Just put "wine not" in the comments right now. We'll get a conversation going and to kind of begin that discovery process with you. We'll form a strategy session around uh, uh, your game plan, your fit, see if this is a good fit, and we'll kind of go from there. Um, while they're doing that, Laura and Jennifer, my last question for you guys is, what's the next level of growth look like for you guys, for Turquoise? What's the vision?
So I think the vision, like we've kind of talked about, is getting the right team in place. We're building a community in our franchisees as well
Yeah.
as building a community with our customers. But we really, our goal is to do 10 locations a year. That's
Mhm.
really what we want. We want 10 locations that are great, well sought out in the best markets. We have our 10 from last year opening right now. It can take you 6 months to 12 months. So this also, with you're talking about guests who are interested in possibly doing something, it's not something that happens overnight.
Mm.
By the time you go out and do site selection and get with our commercial real estate team and find your location, get your construction going, it is a process. So we're looking at 10 a year with the right people. We want to build a great franchise community. We do wine camp every year, so they get to go travel to a wine region and hang out and
Yeah.
learn things and meet winemakers. And so it's really important that everybody gets that right onboarding, the training. We have a little
Yeah.
corporate location that does the training, so we can't overwhelm them as well.
Yeah.
But I think 10's our goal, and we're on track to hit that
Um,
10 this year, so we'll have 20
yeah.
open by next summer.
I love it. It's a great goal for the speed of growth, or the growth where you're at, and that intelligent kind of level of speed of growth, then I think is going to set up all of your franchisees really, really well to get
Yeah.
from you what they need and to allow them to grow and build. So, man, I'm excited for the future. Friends, if you're excited too, you want to learn more, again, type why not in the comments. We'll get the conversation going.
Sure.
Laura, Jen, once more, I can't thank you enough. Let's see it. Let's see the wine. Let's see the
Yes,
bottle.
Jared, Jared, Jared,
Yeah, let's
thank
see.
you
Can
so
you show the
much.
bottle one more time
There you
too that
go.
you had?
Do that big shit. That's our
There
motto.
it is. Love it. Ladies, this is so fun. I can't wait to partner with you and send you the right people, the right fit, top performers for
Yeah,
you guys. So
let's
thanks
do
so
it.
much for being a part of this, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jared. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All
Everyone
right.
have a
See you,
great day.
everyone.
Our goal here is to be approachable and make everybody feel comfortable with their wine journey. We want people to come in, try new wines, and find something they absolutely love so they can come in, get a flight of wine, move to a glass of wine, and take home a bottle to enjoy later. Turquoise is so much more than a wine bar. It's actually a community hub. It's like your modern day Cheers. We like to say that people enter as strangers and leave as friends. Now, as cliche as that might sound, here it really is true. And it's actually core to everything that we do. You come for wine and you leave with a newfound sense of community. It's truly amazing. We are excited to show you more. If you love wine, love connecting with people, and being a pillar in your community, then now is the time to open your own Turquoise Wine Bar in your neighborhood. You can sip, savor, and succeed with Turquoise Wine Bar. Cheers.